the greatest good or the greatest number. This single idea has influenced moral philosophy, governance, and even public policy for centuries. But what does it really mean? And how does it impact the way we make decisions today? Welcome to today's podcast. We will break down complex ethical concepts into simple, engaging discussions. I am your host, Nitin Chakravarti. And today, we will be diving deep into one of the most influential ethical theories, utilitarianism. So, what is utilitarianism? It is a moral philosophy that suggests that the right action is the one that produces the greatest amount of happiness or pleasures while minimizing pain or suffering. In simple terms, if an action results in more happiness than any other alternative, then that action is the morally correct one. Think about it like this. Suppose you have 1000 rupees. You can either spend it on a luxury meal for yourself or use it to help feed 10 hungry people. According to utilitarianism, the morally right choice would be the one that maximizes the overall happiness, helping the hungry in this case. Now, where did this idea come from? The roots of utilitarianism trace back to Jeremy Bentham, an English philosopher, economist, and a legal scholar. Bentham was a child prodigy. He started learning Latin at the age of 3. He believed that all actions should be evaluated based on their utility. That is, their ability to create the most pleasure and the least pain. He framed this idea into his very famous principle, the greatest good for the greatest number. His works were later expanded by John Stuart Mill, another brilliant English philosopher. Mill refined Bentham's ideas by emphasizing that not all pleasures are equal. He argued that intellectual and moral pleasures like learning and personal growth are far more valuable than mere physical pleasures. At its core, utilitarianism asks a very simple but profound question. Does this action bring more happiness or more suffering? Let's take a practical example. Imagine a government planning to build a new highway. The highway will bring economic growth, reduce travel time, and benefit millions. However, it also means displacing a few hundred people from their homes. A utilitarian would argue that building the highway is the morally right decision. Now, while utilitarianism sounds logical, it is not without its criticisms. Some argue that it justifies sacrificing individual rights for the greater good. For example, if harming one innocent person could bring happiness to 1,000 others, does that make it morally right? Others point out that measuring happiness is subjective. How do we quantify and compare different kinds of pleasure or pain? Despite these debates, utilitarianism remains a powerful framework used in law and governance today. So, what do you think? Should we always act based on maximizing happiness, or are there other moral principles that take priority? If you enjoyed this discussion, make sure to follow our podcast for more deep dives into ethical theories and real-world applications. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me in the comments. Until next time, keep questioning, keep thinking, and keep learning. Thank you.